accessible design can completely change what a vehicle makes possible. This Toyota Sienna, at first sight, looks like a normal minivan. However, it has been modified with a lower floor, power ramp, adaptive controls, and technology that can turn everyday transportation into real independence. So right behind me is my new Toyota Sienna 2025 EXL wheelchair accessible van, and in this review I'm going to give you a quick look at some of the basic accessibility features that it has, some of the things that I need for me so that I can drive independently, get around, and have a great quality of life. And also I'm going to show you some of the technological features that it has that I think are going to be even getting better as the years go by that help people with disabilities. And finally, I'll tell you a couple of things that I don't really like, so please stick around and find out. One of the things that I like about this van is just the external look and just how aesthetically pleasing it is. I really like the design. I think it has great lines, a great design overall. It doesn't really look like a minivan that would be for a soccer mom or for older folks. Nothing wrong with those vans, but I think it has a really great design that makes it look modern, makes it look almost more like an SUV, something like that. And I really enjoy just the looks of it externally. Now this is called Advantage Mobility Conversion. That's the company that does the modifications. In this case, the van has a wheelchair accessible ramp that comes from within the floor. So it's called an in-floor ramp. And just the fact that the ramp comes out of the floor and it's not there making noise, rattling around on the inside of the van and not taking up the space inside is just a really great feature. But this is the inside. The seats are removed from the middle. You got two seats in the back. You got all my junk there. But this is how much space it is. It's probably not perceivable in the camera, but it's enough for me to turn around and to lock into place. So that right there is a power tie down. It's called a Q-lock, which is essentially kind of like a hitch for how you would secure a trailer to a truck or to a semi-truck. Very similar. My wheelchair has on the bottom a bolt that lodges right there and locks right there so that I don't be popping wheelies when I'm driving the vehicle, and so that I don't move around in my wheelchair, obviously, even if the brakes are on. So it keeps me pretty secure. Now also, this has some hand controls. They're not very easy to see because they're like hidden behind the steering wheel and all that, but you can see that lever on the left side. That is the hand controls. You push for brake, pull down for gas, very easy. It also has what they call a tri-pin, and I have my seatbelt just lodged right there so I can easily grab it when I'm parked. But this is the tri-pin. Essentially, it holds my wrist and my hand so that I have a secure grip of the steering wheel. It's something that just helps me with grip since I don't have very good hand dexterity. Now, another feature that comes with this car, and it's not something that was added by the conversion for somebody with a disability, but I think these technological advances, not only in this car, but other cars, are going to help people with disabilities just be more comfortable when driving and be able to drive longer distances without having to get tired. Now, eventually, I think that we might not even need cars, right? People with disabilities, because cars are going to be autonomous, but this gets pretty close to being a car that drives itself. Now, the cruise control is amazing. It does a great job of keeping the car within the lane, especially in traffic. I love using it in traffic. It helps me just get my hands off the steering wheel and off the brake pedal and the gas pedal. It helps me stretch out my back, so it helps me not get tired when I'm driving longer distances or driving to work in rush hour. So it's a great feature that this car has. Now, another feature that this van has that comes with the standard package is that it has electric steering and electric braking, which makes it really easy for somebody with a disability to press the brake and to also just twist or turn the steering wheel. Now, one of those features that comes with this electric steering and electric braking system is that it has a button that you can press when you're idling at a stoplight and then just are able to let go of the brake, let go of the steering wheel, and the car just stays in place. Now, I know other cars might have this, and I think cars might have even more amazing technological stuff like that and buttons and gadgets. But I think for this one, for the Toyota Sienna 2025 EXL, I think those are great add-ons that are good for the normal driver, but also for somebody with a disability. But I also don't want this to sound like an advertisement. There are a couple of things that I wish could be better. Now, as with everything, there are certain things that you like and certain things that you don't really like that much. And a couple of these are not really necessarily fault of the conversion or the actual van. It's just because of the situation that I'm in, right? Having a big wheelchair, I think the space inside the Toyota Sienna, even though it is the most spacious minivan, could be a little bit wider. And obviously that's just a nitpicky thing that I noticed. My wheelchair is big. It scrapes the sides of the bottom of the panels on the side left of my wheelchair and also on the back when I'm trying to get out. So I have to get out with a lot of caution. The second thing that I think could be better is obviously the cruise control. Sometimes it loses track of the lane that you're in and it goes a little bit on the right or left side, but it's not horrible. But I think eventually with time, obviously this is going to be better. I'm just being very nitpicky because I love that feature and I wish it was a little bit better. In the end, would I buy this wheelchair accessible van again? I probably would, because it's not necessarily about owning a minivan or owning any type of car. Obviously, I would love to get a car that I love in terms of how it looks, how it runs, maybe a fully EV vehicle. I don't know, a Porsche, whatever. That'd be like a dream car, obviously. But this is more about independence, more about quality of life, being able not to worry about the accessibility and getting to places safely, but also comfortably. And that's something that I really, really value and I really, really appreciate. And that makes me feel a lot more independent. It makes me feel, quote unquote, like a normal human being. At the end of the day, this van isn't really about technology or even the vehicle itself. For me, it's about independence, being able to go wherever I want, when I want to, and keep doing the things that matter to me. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's the full review, a quick one of the Toyota Sienna 2025 wheelchair accessible VMI conversion. As you can see, some of the things are essential for me to live an independent life and make it really, really comfortable for me to get places in a safe and reliable manner. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to subscribe. I'm creating other videos about others' life, stuff that goes on, not only with spinal cord injuries, but just everything that revolves around a person living with some sort of disability. Feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate you being here and sticking around till the end, and I'll see you next time.